Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, I've got a bit of Azur Lane up today, so everything is going on as planned. So let's go ahead and discuss what's going on. All right, so the Operation Convergence, as mentioned, that ended yesterday in terms of actually gathering any more of the PT and gathering any more of these, I think they were feather plumes, I believe. However, the shops for both of these events are still open. So right here, you might definitely want to pick up Booster if you were not able to build her. And of course, you definitely want to get the skin for Indy right down here if you don't already have that. Rest, of course, as always, parts, parts, blueprints. Might want to pick up the bullets here as well. So those shops are still open and will be open for another 7 days. So you don't necessarily need to do it today, but you make sure you do use the currency before those shops do close, because if you don't, any you don't use, you lose. All right. So let's talk also what we got here. So events. So as folks, we had the Manjuu Fast Food event. Okay. So basically, this is clear as it says right here. Claim main campaign. So you have to do chapter 3. Okay. And above. Just run any one you want. Okay. Run whatever you feel comfortable with. Highest that you can go where you feel comfortable, leaving it unattended, of course, in auto. You get some pretty good rewards, as always. Mostly furniture. Okay, so there's a lot of pictures and whatnot in here. So it's really nice to set up stuff. It's limited furniture, so it's not furniture that you're going to be able to purchase inside of that, inside of the regular shop. So that's it. 9/1 to 9/14. So it's going to be up for 2 weeks. All right, so definitely partake in this. Rally requests, as I mentioned yesterday, still going to be going on for another 7 days. Okay, so this is going to close out at the same time the shops for the 2 events is Operation Convergence, and the indie event for her skin close out the lights. Okay, so make sure to get as much of this as you can. I mean, the rewards are pretty good. I mean, you can see these are just some really good stuff. Blueprints, skins, so a little bit of oil. So something that you want to participate in. All right, so now the big event. If you haven't done one of these in a long time, you might have forgotten. Okay, this is Love and Peace. This is a rerun. Basically, this is a coloring book. Okay, you're gonna get Little Illustrious if you don't have Little Illustrious. I've already got Little Illustrious, so I will not get her again. But you should definitely want to get her because she's just a cutie pie. All right, and it's going to be 3 maps. The maps will open daily. Okay, so tomorrow, number 2 map will open, and then day after, number 3 map will open. Now, the paint is easy to obtain. You just use oil. Okay, that's basic. So if you look at your missions tab, right here, spend 500 oil, and you'll get some paints. Okay, so that's basically all this is. So spend oil. Run the Manjuu Fast Food things. You can even spend oil inside of your dorm purchasing snacks. Just spend oil on something. As long as you're spending oil, using oil, as it says, spend a total of 500 oil. You'll continue to get paints. Okay, so that's it. It makes it really easy. And then after you get the paints, you just click on the things, and it's really just polka dot things. So it's not, but okay. And as you can see, as you spend oil, okay, you'll get the paints. Okay, I've already spent, that's because I did some events and stuff. So right here, so now I need, and you just keep doing this, and as you hit the mark and claim it, it'll pop up the next mark, claim it, so forth, so on, and that'll get you the oil, and then you take the oil, go into the coloring book tab, and just like click on your A's. So let's look for some A's right here. Okay, so we highlight A and click A. Yep, see, I'm out of A's. Got B, C's, no D, F's, and G's. Okay, so auto fills it in. Okay, and that's what you want to do. And at the end, you get Little Illustrious. Okay, they have little everything. They're got a whole little team out there. So if you don't have her, you want to go ahead and participate in the event. If you do have her, then you just do it for fun. Yeah, because you won't get her. You can only get her once. Okay, so and that's going to be going on for a couple of weeks as well. So I assume that we're going to be next week sometime, probably beginning of next week, we'll begin to see what we're going to be coming up for in terms of the next UR character. We're projecting sometime in the middle of the month is when we'll start hearing word on that. Okay, go ahead. You got some sodas in here, and then of course, as always, some of that. So now's the time to again, use whatever you need to complete whatever you need. But you might want to hold on until the UR character comes around. Always make sure that you go below the oil mark. Okay, you always want to make sure that you can claim the oil that you're going to have inside of your thing each day. So I'm going to run it down probably to about 7 or 6, maybe 6 or 7,000. And then tomorrow I'll run it down even farther. I'll probably get it down to like 2 or 3, and then I'll start. But you want to make sure that by the time these event ends and it starts in the next day, that you have enough oil to participate when the new event comes out, because you're going to want to run that as much as you can to get, because there might be a ship in there that you need to build from the build. So you always want to make sure that you can do at least 35,000, 40 points, 35,000, 40,000 points, so that you can at least get the basic stuff. I mean, you can clear out the whole shop, go 55 and 60 if you want to. All right. But yeah, so those are the only 2 events that are up. Everything else is pretty much the same. Like I say, do the rally. The sorties for this have closed, but the shops are open. Sorties closed, but the shop is still open. Okay, so season cruise continuing on until the end of the month, so you don't need to worry about that. So just use oil. That's what you got to do. Like I say, you can even go into the dorm and purchase some of the food. Like if you go into your dorm and here, okay, and choose to buy some of these supplies for oil. This counts. Okay, this counts as spending oil. It doesn't say you have to. It doesn't say that you have to spend the oil running stages. It doesn't say anything about that. Okay. Now the Manjuu, you do have to run levels, because that's the way you're going to earn the rewards. Okay, to get the coins. So you do need to run levels. So just make sure you choose something above 3. Okay. There is no event sorties up right now. So basically, choose whatever you can comfortably run. 10, 11 on auto, and just run that, or run a specific stage where you're missing a ship. Okay, I might throw a little bit of 3, 4 in there with some of the oil, because I still can't get a Kagi. Like I said, I've got Kaga, like, oh, it's ridiculous. But I can't get a Kagi, which is really upsetting. She's the only ship that's not, and I'm serious, I've read it thousands of times, and I'm not exaggerating, but it's just not coming for me. It's just not happening. So I might throw a little bit of please in there, run that a little bit as well. You just put it on auto and run it with the ships. Run it with some ships that you're leveling up, and you just farm, and at the same time you're leveling up the ships. So that's what you want to do it for. It's not it's 3 normal, so it's not like it's not if you're a new player, it's an excellent place to stop and farm at, because you can get Kagi and a Kaga, which are an old meta. You would have Nagato, and then flank her with Kagi and a Kagi, a Kaga and a Kagi, and that was the old backline meta for doing tons of damage. It still does do tons of damage. It's just there's ones that are a little bit better now, because we've come out with UR ships and whatnot. So, but that was one of the early metas. So it's a good one to get and start with. Okay, and then as as you progress and get some of the other ships, you can of course switch your meta around. A lot of people, I know early in the game, I was just running Enterprise. You'll get her fairly early too. So, and she's one of the best in the game still, and one of the earliest that you'll get. So, but yeah, so just run whatever you want, run whatever you feel comfortable, and you'll get the you get the coins. We're gonna have to. We've got 2 weeks, so to get all of the actual items for the items end at, I think ends right here, 5,000. Yeah, conveyor belt kitchen. This is where it ends right here. Okay. I think 5,000 is the last piece of the equipment. So if you hit 5,000. Yeah, if you hit 5,000, you should be able to make something that looks very similar or very close to this inside of your dorm if it's something that you're interested in. Okay. So 5,000 is the goal that you want to get on this. I assume that's not going to be difficult in 2 weeks' time. Okay, just playing the game. If you've been saving up oil like I have, it should be very easy to get in there and catch that down. And of course, don't forget to claim your 4,000 oil inside of the gifts, inside of the packs for free at the weekly pack. Always want to get that. But that's all it is. Nothing else is going on at this point. But participate in the comic book to get Little Illustrious, and like I say, just use oil. And your missions tab, that's where you get the actual paints. If you've never done this before, if you've done it before, then you're all familiar with exactly what it entails. And it'll give you a nice little picture, which is generally somewhat distinguishable as to what it is. Sometimes it's not, but it's fun trying to figure out exactly. It's like, what exactly is this? Like, I think we've got we got something going on here. So it doesn't look like Little Illustrious because it's got a thing coming out here. So we'll have to see. But yeah, in 2 or 3 unlock in the next 3 days. So you should have this you should be able to complete this seriously easily within 5 to 6 days. If you're going to blow away oil, you shouldn't have it. It's only 3 maps. The actual original coloring book maps usually had more than 3 maps. This is just, this version of the rerun is that. So get it, and you get Little Illustrious. Let me see if we can find her. I'm pretty sure I got her in the first event. I think Illustrious is Royal Navy. So is Little Illustrious should be the same. Where's she at here? I'm not sure how far up. Okay, there's Little Belle. See, they have all these little ones all throughout the game. They've had these different events. There she is, Little Illustrious. So I've got her at 48. So make sure that you do get that, and you'll be able to get her. Okay. There are some people that are running these teams, like they've got Little Belle. I'm not really doing that. So, but if you want to run a team with all little characters, you have the little chibi characters that you could use right there. So that's what this is about. But it is a rerun, so a lot of people will already have her. Okay, and as I mentioned yesterday, Renown is the new meta character. She's not bad actually. We'll probably do a review on her in a couple days. And then the Solomon Ranger has been added into the collection tab, so you want to make sure that if you want to run her, that's where you're going to do that. If you want to figure on that. Okay. So yeah, get in there, run the fast food and the rerun, and use as much oil as you can, and you should get the paints for that automatically. Okay, so that's pretty much all I've got. Correction, I get my build informations mixed up. Okay, so basically you're going to need 400. The pity, okay, the pity is 200. Okay, so it's 200 pools, which means you're going to need 400 cubes. Okay, so you're going to need 400 cubes to do a full pity if you need to get for your character. Okay, I've got my big stuff. I've got 300 from 7DS Grand Cross. At 300 crystals, you get your first guy. I just transpose that. There's all kinds of draws, levels and draws in different games where you get different things. But this, as one of my subscribers reminded me, is actually pity is 200. So you have to do 200 draws. Okay, 200 builds, but it's 2 cubes each. So you're going to need 400 cubes in total. Okay, so that's where we're at for that. So thanks a lot for reminding me that. And that was did say that last video, and that was incorrect. Okay, but other than that, everything else is pretty good. So this is the they got some pretty good builds up. Okay, if any of these ships that you're lacking. This is a chance to actually look into that. So Baltimore, excellent, of course, Bismarck. So these are really, really, really good builds. If you're looking to get your hands on some of the ships that were just like Sumner. You're probably going to have Cleveland, Naganami, and the hand is like Sumner. You might not introduced too long ago. Same here. You're probably going to have Amagi. Bismarck. You might not have Alabama, Baltimore because those are in the special event for the uh, uh, USS event, which will be coming up. So that's a good bit in there. So these are some of the things you might want to pull for. Okay, so yeah, check and see, check and see these and see if there's anything in there because they've added some ships to the new standard pool. So there's a chance that you can actually pull that ship. Okay, so Sumner was not in the build before. The only way you could get her was through the event in which the ship was introduced. Now you can get her in there. And the same with Baltimore and Alabama. They were in the Eagle Union event. They've now put into the standard pool, so there's a chance that you could actually build them as well. And Formidable has been added to the pool as well too. So there's new ships in all of the light, heavy, and special build sections. So they check, see which ships you might be lacking, and if you want to look for builds, that's what I would do your daily build on to acquire some, good chance that you can acquire one of those ships. Because they are in the pool. Okay, so that's what we're looking at from that point. Other than that, everything for the next 2 weeks, again, it's just going to be basically a little bit of hit and run. Okay, running the maps, doing the events. These are all rerun events. Middle of next week, beginning of next week, we should start getting to see what the event's going to be. And we should start getting announcements if there's going to be a UR ship. A lot of people are saying, yeah, there's going to be one coming out middle of this month. So we'll have to see. But for right now, it's just a couple events, so basically what I like to call busy work, but nothing that you have to focus on too busy. Don't use all of your oil. Save it for the new event that's going to be coming up probably in the next 2 weeks so that you'll be able to run the shop as much as you want and get enough coins. Because sometimes they do occasionally put 2 ships inside of the shop. Okay, so if they do something like that, and then you're going to need you're going to need more coins. So you might have to run it up to 45 or 50, and you need to have the oil to do that. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So goal 400 cubes because 200 is pity for the UR ships. And we will, of course, if they do announce something, we'll go ahead and do a video and we'll talk about what's coming up. But yeah, for the most part, just focus on this. Make sure you get Little Illustrious if you don't have her, and also the furniture in the Manjuu. Okay, this Manjuu event here. This is not a rerun. This is new furniture. It's limited time furniture. So this is not rerun. Manjuu Fast Food rerun. You can see rerun written over it. This is limited. This is limited dorm stuff. Okay. Fast food science, so you can make your dorm look like this. So if for I buy. You've seen my videos. Whenever there's a new event, and I always go in and purchase the dorm set, show everybody what it looks like because I've got so many dorm coins because I'm very active with my dorm. I always make sure that I'm feeding them every day and gather the coins religiously. Okay, so I have a lot of coins, so I use them to purchase the actual items. But this is one that you can make yourself without having to have the coins. So if you're new to the game, this is an excellent chance to have yourself a custom dorm, so to speak, without having to spend any coins or any diamonds to get some of the items. You got this conveyor belt. That's the last item, which is this big conveyor belt right here. That is at 5,000. Check rewards. That is at 5,000. Okay, so right here is the conveyor belt. Okay, as you can see, that's most of that right there. And then you've got this light. That's that little light over there, ceiling lamp. Okay, and then you've got the tables. You got 3 tables. So that's the 3 tables that are right here along the line. Okay, so those are the tables, and then you've got another 2 table set, which put somewhere. Another table set. Okay, so there's 3 different types of table sets, and then you've got the fast food trash can. So that's that little trash can there in the corner. Okay, and then you got the posters, which are on the wall. Okay, you give the little stuff at first, of course. That's just natural, and then once you get the big stuff, there's the door. Okay, so once and in 5,000 is where you get this big conveyor belt contraption right here, which is going to take up the back part. So you'll have a chance to build a dorm which looks very similar to this, just by participating in the event. up to 5,000, but you will have to do 5,000. So make sure that you do 5,000 coins, and make sure that run it, and then figure it out. 13 more days. How many do I need to make sure I hit 5,000? And that's what you need to focus on. Okay. So we'll pop back after we got it, and we'll make our door. Okay. We'll get all the stuff and we'll make it, and we'll see how much You might want to adjust it around, like maybe put something like this wall. Maybe put the door back here. There's other things you can try, but if you want to make it look like that, you can. Yeah. So just make sure that you're ready. It's got to be past chapter 3. Okay. So make sure that you're running something that's up there so that you get the points. If you're unsure if you're running it, just look and see at the end. Did you have any of these little commemorative coins when you completed the run? If you did not, then you're obviously not inside of a map that is running that. Okay, so just make that. Make sure that you're getting the coins for that. Okay, and 5,000 is the mini goal. You of course want to go higher, because there are good stuff after 5,000 too, as well as a bunch of dorm coins that would be useful if you do want to purchase going on away. So you can see you got books, cognitive chips, you got some the dorm coins, or Decker tokens is what they're called. This is what allows you to buy the stuff inside of the dorm inside of the shop. More books, more blueprints, more cognitive chips, and then it ends with a mystery blueprint of a T3 variety. So good rewards as always. So if you go over 5,000, don't fret. Just some people, myself included, will probably end up. I'll probably end up completing it, or coming very close to completing it. It only runs up to 15,000, so that's generally that would I'm not exactly sure what the drop rate's going to be. I assume higher levels, 10 or 11, will drop more than coins from say 4 or 5, would be logical, but that's something we'll talk about later on. Okay, but yeah, so get in there and knock that out. Manjuu Fast Food, that is a new event. If you want to have a custom dorm, this is one of the ways to get it without having to spend any Decker tokens or little rubies up here. Won't have to spend any of these. All right, so again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. Click on it, and you'll be subscribed to the channel, and you get notified each time I do drop a video, and like and share the video, of course, as the YouTube algorithm loves that, and it'll push the video out to more people if you do that. All right, so this is Ken Muir, still coming at you from the corner, signing out.